So why do you guys target 20-year-olds in your podcast?
So you're in your 20s. You tell me, what do you feel like is the biggest thing you're going through right now?
Just about everything.
Exactly. We live in a world where there's nearly 8 billion people. So, whether you went to college, never thought about college, black, white, in America, Europe, like the common denominator is we're all just trying to figure out what's my purpose of being here. And we feel like the age of the 20s is pretty much the area where you think about it the most, like you have to figure it out.
Absolutely. I just feel like it's almost like you're going through an identity crisis. You feel like you're supposed to have it all together now, but you also know that it's way too soon for you to have everything together. And you're like struggling to get to the finish line, and you see social media and all these glamorous lives, and you just kind of think that you're trying to catch up. So in this podcast, we're going to talk about when you're dealing with those things, what to do when you're stressed out.
We're going to talk about the latest entertainment news,
what to do if your man is cheating on you,
and we're going to talk about millennials in the workplace.
We're going to talk about what Michelle Obama said last week.
We're going to talk about some sports.
Bree's going to talk about sports.
But you get it. Nothing is off limits.
We're going to talk about our feelings as women.
And stay tuned, because we'll get a male perspective as well.
And we're just here to question and to understand. And please don't worry, we're going to get your crazy opinions as well.
We're going to walk in our truths, and we hope you do the same.
You are now tuned into 20s Are Us podcast. Your opinions, your hot topics, you have spoken and we answered. Welcome to our table topic.
Around just kind of how you were talking about. Exactly. Which brings me into my next question, which is a good table topic question for us. How do you walk away from relationships? I'm going to be honest. I'm not a good walk-awayer. I'm awful. I've never had a relationship end on good terms. Now, eventually, the guys and I will eventually become friends again, maybe if it's a year later, a few months, but that first initial breakup, if it's over, I love people that can do that, though, that can say, hey, we're not in love anymore, let's break up, let's be cool. Me, I'm not that girl. So how do you walk away from relationships? Are you a let's be mutual, let's make it a friendship, or no, I'm done with that situation?
I don't think there's any situations where I've just had bad blood, because for me, it's not in my heart. So let's put aside relationships, friendships as well. Like, it's very hard to get into my life. So, like, I have a wall that I build up for people. So knowing that once you've broken down that wall, you mean something to me. So if we ever get to that point where we can no longer be friends or in a relationship, then I feel like we owe each other
the respect
of just walking away in a mutual
and at least being able to be cordial.
Yeah,
that's beautiful. I have grown. I have really grown, and I can honestly say, like, no, I'm just gonna be honest with myself. It's more of like a bad, because like you said, I think I'm reversed. It's like if I pour so much into something, if it breaks apart, something drastic happened. It's not like it was just we decided not to be together friends. Something drastic has happened because I love so hard and because I feel like I'm such a good friend. That means if we have decided to split ways, something has happened that has made me go, I can't have you in my life. And as a consequence, it's just not, I haven't had just like a cordial, which honestly I can say it's nobody that I really just hate, or it's no guy. All my exes at this point, I don't care. We get, hey, how you doing? It's good. But that first initial breakup, it's bad blood for me. And I mean,
hey. It can be bad blood, but so not every situation has to be something drastic. There's relationships that I can think of where we literally just faded apart. There was no critical event. It was just accumulation of stuff, and you grow up into separate ways. And it could be something simple like a seed was planted by somebody else, and then you just slowly stop hanging out with each other. It just can be a phase.
You just grow apart.
Yeah, you just grow apart with certain people. It doesn't have to be like, boom, one day she came into work and cut me.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the pilot of 20s Are Us podcast. Each episode, we are going to highlight a minority business. And so for this episode, we're going to highlight A-Rich in Atlanta, Georgia. A-Reach is a 501c3 nonprofit organization founded in 2012. The goal of this organization is for teens in the Atlanta area and focuses on self-awareness, career exploration, and skill building.
Violent crimes are on the rise throughout Metro Atlanta. In fact, statistics show juvenile crime rate is 15 times higher than the national average, and in 2016, Atlanta Public Schools had an overall graduation rate of 71.5%, falling short of the national average of about 79%.
Yes, so shout out to A Reach. They're doing a lot in the community, guys. Follow them on Instagram at _AREACH_. That's _AREACH_. And if you're in the Atlanta area or surrounding areas, please make sure you all come out and support.
All right. Well, on another note, guys, thank you all so much for all of the interaction you have done so far on our social media. The 20s Are Us Instagram page. Make sure you go follow it. Tell a friend, tell a mama, tell a daddy, tell everybody. You all have been messaging us, and one of the most interesting topics you all have DM'd us so far is,
should social media have DM or private messaging? I love that question. And so what we're going to do is go live next week. So leave us comments, DM your answers. We will post a question next week, a day before we go live, so that you are able to see other responses. And we're going to discuss them that next day.
leave feedback, leave comments, leave questions. We'll see y'all next week.
20s Are Us podcast, where no topic is off limits. Stay connected on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and tune in again next time.